Theater is an art that occurs in both time and space. How the space is arranged determines how a play will be staged and the kind of experience an audience will have. Over the next 4 episodes of Theater, Storytelling and Action, we will take a close look at the 3 most common physical arrangements between the stage and the house. We'll investigate how these different space arrangements affect the work of the theater artist involved, as well as the impact they have on the audience viewing the play. When we discussed the ancient Greek theater, we spoke of the Proscenium, which was the earliest term we have for the stage, the space where the dramatic action, or mimesis, took place. This early term for a stage eventually evolved into a term that represents the most common architectural structures in the theater today, the proscenium arch. When you go to the theater, you'll likely notice that there is a picture frame structure that separates the audience and the actors. This is the proscenium arch. The proscenium arch space arranges the performance and its audience on opposite sides from each other. It may be difficult for you to imagine that there is any other arrangement. This is because the proscenium arch space has been the most common space arrangement since the 16th century. The concept of the proscenium arch arose from scenic developments of the Italian Renaissance. The Renaissance, which occurred in Italy during the 14th through the 16th centuries, began a worldwide revival of art and literature based on the artistic work began in ancient Greece. One of the advancements of the Italian Renaissance was perspective painting. This technique sought to create the illusion of dimension on a flat canvas, resulting in a realistic image. Da Vinci's famous painting, the Mona Lisa, was created in part using this technique. Theater artists of the Renaissance decided to employ this technique on a grand scale by creating backdrops to serve as background for the play productions of the time. To accommodate this effect, the proscenium arch was employed in theaters to create the illusion of a 3-dimensional painting that comes to life before the audience's eyes. This brings us to the ruling convention of the proscenium arch space. Each theater space has a geography of its own. The geography of each space requires different navigating skills for an aesthetic production. When we speak of a ruling convention in theater, we are talking about an overall approach from which all techniques flow. The ruling convention for the proscenium arch space is picturization. All techniques for the proscenium arch are designed to create a living stage picture for the audience. The scenic costume and lighting designers go about their work in the proscenium arch space in a way that will enhance the stage pictures that are created behind the proscenium arch's picture frame structure. Like the scenic designers of the Italian Renaissance, who used a vanishing point to create 3-dimensional locales for stage pictures, modern set designers possess an even more variable toolkit of modes and materials to make the stage picture come to life. To aid the process of picturization, the stage floor behind the proscenium arch is divided into 9 blocks. Each block on the stage holds differing levels of strength or emphasis. The director who stages on the proscenium arch moves the actors through the blocks on this space to put the action of the play to its best advantage, using picturization as the ruling convention. The design that arises from the process of moving actors through the blocks is referred to as blocking. We'll take a close look at blocking techniques for the proscenium space in the next episode. A significant production concept that evolved with realism is the fourth wall concept. In order for the actors to submerge their action into the world of the stage, directors began to stress that the stage should be treated as a room of 4 walls. To accommodate this effect, Set designers began to design their sets like interior rooms, which displayed three prominent walls on the stage. These types of settings became known as box sets. The proscenium arch served as an invisible fourth wall. This fourth wall was treated as one would treat a two-way mirror. The audience could see into the room. The actors, however, behaved as though the proscenium arch was a solid wall and that they were not aware of the audience. The pioneer of the realistic acting technique, Konstantin Stanislavski, referred to the effect as solitude in public. It was his conviction that the actor would behave more naturally if they ignored the presence of the audience. The fourth wall concept was designed to assist with this goal. The proscenium arch has maintained its dominance as the most common stage space since its inception during the Italian Renaissance, through its opulence of theater in the 18th century, continuing its dominance in the 19th century with melodrama, with its drop-and-wing setting, through the realism of the 20th and 21st centuries. One of the advantages of the proscenium arch space is that because it is the most common theater space arrangement today, it is the space with which the audience is most comfortable. They can easily accept the convention of picturization because they know how to adapt to its needs. Taking this even further, the proscenium arch is similar to modern audiences' experience with other modes of entertainment utilizing the picture frame, such as film and television. The picture frame orientation means that plays that put particular emphasis on visual effects function well in this space. Musicals, which include larger-than-life action supported by grand visual backgrounds, work effectively behind the picture frame of the proscenium arch. The disadvantage of this arrangement is that the physical separation from the audience can create a sense of remoteness. As a result, there is a lack of intimacy with the dramatic action occurring on the stage. There are other space arrangements that manage this much more effectively. We'll take a look at those in upcoming episodes. In the next episode, we'll take a look at the staging techniques that are used to exploit the powerful strengths of the proscenium arch space. We'll see you then.